I have a really big announcement in this video, so pay attention closely. Alright you guys, I'm starting off a video in the garage real quick. It's actually late at night. I just finished the entire video you're about to watch, and I wanted to make this opening in the garage in a formal kind of manner. I haven't posted a video in like, 8-9 days, something like that. There's a reason why. So, like I've probably mentioned in the past, I am a full-time college student, and the spring semester just started. So I'm a full-time, 5-day a week, 6 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m. sometimes, mechanical engineering student at SDSU or San Diego State University. I go there every single day. And then on top of that, I actually got a part-time job working at a fabrication shop, trophy truck shop locally. So I've been doing that part-time, on and off, and I got the job, and every free day that I had, I was working there, so I wasn't making any videos, I wasn't working on the truck, so it's kind of what stalled me out pretty much in terms of making stuff. And on top of that, as you guys know, I've been doing this whole interior thing, and I had to rewire my entire harness, which you're about to see, for the gauges. Behind your instrument cluster, there's a little plug, and that would plug into your instrument cluster and make all the gauges work. I cut that off and ran everything individually, and I did that when I was 17, I think I did it on my prom night, and I slammed the whole thing together because it was on my prom night, and we were in a super big rush, and I still made it to prom, but it was a big mess, so I got to clean it all up, and so I did. And I pretty much just kind of made the decision that I didn't want to get rushed. I wanted to do it right, and I didn't really want to deal with a camera, so this was one of the first things I just did by myself and just didn't really rush. So I did the entire harness, which you're about to see, myself, rerouted everything, zip tied, nylon loom, really nice waterproof plugs. It's super nice and solid now, and there's no really frayed wires. There's no wire, you can't really see any wires, which is nice. But either way, that's another thing that I was doing. So I got all that done, and you're about to see that, but there are a couple announcements that I want to make really quick. The videos are going to start back up, hopefully in a decent scheduled manner. I've got a couple planned already coming back. And on top of all that, I actually do have a really big announcement, which is we're actually picking up another project. This is not for Mike, this isn't for Sean, this isn't for any of my other friends, it's for me. So I have another project coming, and it will be in the next video. So pay very close attention to my channel over the next day or two, because there will be a video dropping on a new project for me. It's not your typical project you see me do. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be awesome. Look for the video. It'll come out probably either the day after this one or the following day. So keep looking the next day or two after this video drops for a really spectacular video. I cannot wait to share you. I actually already own this vehicle sitting in my backyard right now. I already have it. I've already made the video. Everything's ready. So just stay tuned. You guys are gonna enjoy this. So without further ado, we're gonna get back into the video. I'm gonna kind of explain what I've done to the truck so far, take you guys through it, and the little finished interior product. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look, make the update, and catch you guys over there. Alrighty, you guys, so it's been a really long time since I've even made a video, and this is pretty much why. I've rewired the entire gauge harness, put looms and plugs and fancy waterproof plugs, and redone the harness. Your factory plug for your gauges stops right about here, and I've pretty much remade this entire thing from scratch, and I'd say it came out all right. I'm not very good at wiring, but I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm just gonna stick with this, get this all back together, but for the last week on and off I've been doing this. So alright guys, so I don't really know, this video is all over the place, for me at least, probably not for you guys, but I got the entire truck back together. As you can see, everything works, but I broke that one LED, you can see, which we are changing. As you can see, I slammed this whole thing together. The gauges were sitting on the trans tunnel, and within an hour I was halfway to my destination. So I put this thing together very quickly. Still gotta get the headliner in, paint the trim that goes around, gotta paint, or I already painted, I just gotta reassemble the ashtray, and I gotta paint the glove box and reinstall that. But everything else is pretty much intact. I still gotta do door seals eventually, but I'm gonna paint the door jambs at one time, but this works for now. I gotta put my shifter boot on, vacuum this thing. As you can see, there's junk everywhere, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull the gauge cluster back out because I need to put a different set of LEDs in because I broke those.
So yeah, I gotta buy body armor for the Jeep now.
Oh my God, good excuse.
Wonderful excuse.
I hate you so much.
Never open that again.
What's wrong with it? Don't lose your mind now, boy. Uh-oh. Ah! So like I was saying earlier, when I turned the gauge lights on, you can see that back one kind of broke. So I'm gonna fix these, and I decided that if I'm changing them, I might as well change it up a little bit. So I'm actually gonna change it up to a red. So these are ones I got there on Amazon. They're like 10 bucks. Hopefully they work good, but it's the exact same bulb. So hopefully everything goes together nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that harness out. I'll run down with a harness again, and we will be good to go and have a new color LED in. Alright, so we just put one of these in. You can see it's the exact same. So sick. That looks freaking awesome. Oh, it's so sick. So I'm gonna do all the reds, and we're gonna put this thing back together. It looks so sweet. Alright guys, I got them all finished up. I actually really like this. I think I can get down with that. You can see kind of got the red ring. I actually like that a little bit better than the blue personally, to be quite honest. I might keep that for a little while. But yeah, I'm definitely digging that. I think it looks pretty good. Kind of get the feel for it. You're sitting in the driver's seat. Heck yeah, I think that's sweet. This interior is just looking better and better. I'm pumped with this. Look at that, full-blown interior now. Isn't that cool? It's really dirty. Don't mind the mess. But got the ashtray in. That's all nice and good now. Fix the squeak. Some good old, oh well. I'll try it out. It's better than it was. But yeah, we're about done here. Just gotta get the headliner in the glove box and we're done. So now before I forget, the one thing I am gonna do is I'm gonna put the shifter boot on finally, because I drove it once. One thing I noticed is I'm having hot air come up through this, obviously, because it's a hole. So I'm gonna fill that hole by putting the shifter boot on it and fastening it down. So I'll have a fully covered, closed up cab, which would be pretty cool for the first time. I used to have a giant hole here where the clutch rod went through, but now you can see it's nice and flush. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on real quick. All right, you guys, so light's done. That's all done. Shifter boot's in. I snagged the carpet in one little spot. You can barely see that, but it's not really noticeable. But heck yeah, and not only that, my shifter, you might have noticed, was turned a little bit more. And that really bugged me, so I ended up fixing that. And all I really had to do was I took it off, and the threads only went down so far, but it would keep turning, so I had to put some sort of stop in there. And you can actually see that there are more threads. So you can actually see there's more threads here, and I could have put a jam nut on this to stop it, but when you hold it like this, I didn't want to feel a nut in between my fingers. I didn't really like that. It was going to cut up my knuckles if I was really grabbing gears or something like that. So what I did is I took a tiny little screw, stuck it to a grinder and ground it down, stuck it inside of this thing just enough to where when I snug it up tight, it sits there, and you can see this thing isn't going anywhere. So it's literally perfect for where I need it right now, which is awesome. Got the gauges all done. Ashtrays in. I just need to get the glove box in and the headliner, and the thing's completely done. But yeah, don't mind the mess. Sorry about that. But either way, I'm super pumped with the way that everything's coming out so far. And the truck runs and drives awesome. I'm pumped. So either way. But that is where I'm going to wrap this video up. It was probably kind of short, probably a little bit random, but either way, I want to get the information out in the beginning of the video. Super big announcement, project, whatever you want to call it, coming up in the next day or two. It depends on when I want to drop it, but leave your guesses below what you guys think I'm getting. I really am curious to see what you guys think. I'm super excited to share this with you. This is going to be so much fun. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you are new. I am Craig. This is my F100. We're going to have a lot of fun with this stuff. And like the video if you did enjoy. That would really mean a lot to me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. You're not going to want to miss it. Bye, guys.